your hands go up, Ken Kasterko.
Fellow Toastmasters, judges, esteemed guests, who here has a daughter? Raise your hand. Lots of prayers going out to everybody. Okay. Who here has a son? Raise your hand. Still more prayers go out to people with the sons and daughters. I have a son too. His name is Ethan, and I'm going to talk about my daughter, but my son, I just want to let you know, I love, like you all do, your children. I love them so much. But my daughter holds a special place in my heart. My daughter was a dream of mine. When I was growing up, I always wanted a sister, never had one. I dressed my brother up as a girl. I used to try to just wish him to be a girl, as I always thought all these other friends of mine had sisters for siblings, and they had so much fun until they hit the teenage years, and then those were good fights to watch. But when we started to have kids, and my son was born, not only was he born with red hair, which I don't have red hair, my wife doesn't have red hair, so I'm looking at her going, after I almost fainted because I'm not good with all the stuff that goes along with childbirth, then my daughter was born with, guess what? Red hair. Look at my wife again and say, this is a pattern we're repeating. What's going on here? But that was the start of a dream come true. My daughter is an amazing woman. She's 13 years old right now. But through our growing up with her, very early on, people spoke over her life, that she would become some kind of a lawyer or an activist or something. She's very headstrong. I wonder where she got that from. Definitely not me. It's from her mother. And she was always very intuitive and very attentive towards adults. We never had her around a lot of kids, both of our kids growing up. So very, very amazing personalities they started to develop. And we all, listen, this is a speech about bragging on my daughter. This is about her. Usually I'm talking about running and stuff that I do, but it just hit me during this speech. I wanted to talk about my daughter because she's inspired us in so many ways. She, in the age of 7, during grade school, one of her classes, she was running the class. She was actually telling the kids what to do, and the teacher would have her do all the work for her. We had to put a stop to that. The teacher would actually have her doing copying, and she would be reading things, and she would be taking the kids, and she'd have them all over here, and she'd be teaching what to do. There's a leader in her. It was just starting to really come out so early on in 3rd grade and 4th grade. We homeschooled her for a couple of years and was really amazed to see how much. I don't think she's ever had less than a B. She's a straight A student right now. An amazing student. Another thing that I could tell you about and brag about we call her baby girl. She's my baby girl. Her name is Mary. Another thing I could tell you about is that she is absolutely amazing athlete. She has so much athleticism, and she grew 8 inches in 16 months. She plays volleyball right now, and she is an amazing outside hitter. But she has this amazing ability to bring other kids into the team and encourage them. Last year, she was on a 14-2 team at the age of 12. And you would know, she didn't get to play that much. She rode the pine a lot during those games, but she watched, she listened, she never got upset. She never threw fits. She never ever came home and said, this is not worth it. I'm not going to do any of this. She just hung in there, and she would learn, and she would pay the price. And I told her last year, I said, Mary, there's going to be a time when you get to be the leader, and you'll have an experience with somebody on your team like you had last year. Well, you're going to be the one encouraging that person that rode the pine. There's a little girl on her team, I shouldn't say little, she's 12 years old, but she's little. She's like this tall. She can barely jump. She's 12 years old and she's on this team. And Mary takes this little girl underneath her wing and just loves her and encourages her and continually is teaching her what she's learned. And it's just amazing to watch. I'm a blessed dad. I have all the blessings of 2 kids that are healthy, thank God, that are well-adjusted, they are a pain in the butts, they're normal kids, they get in trouble just like anybody else's kids do. I will tell you though, one of the ways that I connect with my daughter is I can make her laugh. So when she's upset, when she gets emotional, and she comes home and she's not winning and she's not doing all these things, we have a little game we play. And I wanted to just demonstrate for you guys because it's our thing. And she told her brother the other day, this is our thing. You don't do our thing. And she's actually taller than my 15-year-old, which is kind of fun to watch. So we do this thing we call hands go up. And so your hands go up, and you have to hold your hands above your head and get near each other, and the first one to try to tickle under somebody's arm wins. So we walk around the house and we're doing this all the time, and who's going to let go and who's going to let go, and it says hands go up. And one of the cool things about hands go up is it's something that we do as a father and a daughter that no one else has. It's a unique thing. It's a bond that we have between us. I want to keep that bond for the rest of my life. I want to be able to have that time with my daughter. There was a commercial that I want to close with about a daughter and a father. And it's the daughter calling, or actually through baby to adult, asking the dad or coming to the dad for help when they were really young. Daddy, I hurt my finger. Daddy, at 13, Daddy, I want to be on this team. What do I do? The next one is, Daddy, I really like this boy. And then their 20s, Daddy, I don't know what I should do for work. Where should I go after college? And then, Daddy, what do I do for retirement? And I want to live that life with my daughter. I want to thank you guys for great speeches. It was a phenomenal speech by you, Misty, and great to know your insight about your travels. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.